like a Hellcat.
Before we get started, I have a favor. If you enjoy my content and want to see me continue to improve in both quality and size, please check out my Patreon linked in the description. Any amount helps and it is greatly appreciated. There are so many rewards for each level of donation, so go check it out. Now back to the video. Hey everybody, this is EmeraldAvengerG and welcome to another Overwatch experimental what the heck, for March 4th, 2021. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Genji. We're increasing Genji's fire rate to enable him to have more impact outside of his ultimate, increasing the cost of Dragon Blade to account for the increased damage potential. So they lowered the recovery rate of his shuriken. I'm assuming that's both shuriken. No, it'd be different. From 0.75 to 0.68. And then his Dragon Blade has the ultimate cost increase of 15%. A while ago, we changed May's Cryo Freeze. It's May now. Collision consistent with her ice wall. Make it collision consistent with her ice wall. Meaning she could no longer be targeted by allies while inside her ice block. We're increasing her Cryo Freeze healing rate since she isn't able to easily be healed by her allies during that time. So an increased healing rate from 37.5 to 50. This is a very bad idea. This is a really bad idea. May is difficult to kill as it is, giving her more survivability. Unless they're doing this to eventually turn her into a tank with Overwatch 2, this is a bad idea as long as she's a DPS. It makes sense for if she's a tank, but as DPS, no. With Pharah, the intent of Pharah's hover jet fuel adjustment was to find a balance where it enables her to maintain altitude reasonably well with careful fuel and cooldown management, but not so easily climb to extreme heights some map ceilings allow for, as it can lead to less interactive gameplay. Hover Jet's regeneration rate increased from 35 to 43, so it just regenerates a little bit it is increased, so they're making it better? I'm confused. They've increased its rate of regeneration, but it sounded like they were nerfing. It sounded like it was supposed to be a nerf, but that's a buff. Okay, I'm confused. The recent adjustment to Reaper shotguns ended up being less beneficial than intended, so we're increasing the damage of propellant slightly, so it's increased from 5.5 to 6. Good, Reaper's back. While the previous cooldown increase for the experimental barrier had an intended effect of opening up more counterplay, there may be a tuning value that feels less restrictive to Sigma and still achieves those goals. So they've reduced the cooldown to redeploy his barrier from 2.5 to 2 seconds. Next is Zarya. Last is Zarya. Zarya has been overpowered in a variety of team compositions, so we're increasing drain rate. So the increased drain rate will will bring her average energy level down slightly between engagements. So it drains at 0.8 instead of 0.6 energy points per second. So also, if my game seems like laggy, like I'm dropping frames, I have no idea what's going on. Like today, for some reason, Overwatch has just been dropping frames. Like I got on and it took like forever for the main title screen to load up. I'm not really sure what's going on. Give me my autosave. Yes. Alright, so starting with the tanks, let's go with Zarya. So basically, it's going to be a little awkward to show her thing. It's also having like frame drops here. I should be sitting at like at least 80, but for some reason it's barely at like 60. But it should start decreasing a lot quicker than it would usually, which I'm fine with that. I mean, I've ran into situations where Zarya was sitting at 50 plus charge for 90% of the game. It's just we just straight up want to shoot her. That's an okay change. It's a minor change, but it's an okay change. Sigma's is the easiest to show. It is just a 2-second cooldown instead of a 2.5-second cooldown. pretty easy to show, pretty simple to explain. I think this is gonna be good for him. That's gonna prevent him from being outshined by the other barrier tanks. It also might make him a lot better at like dueling, because he's able to pull back his barrier and then redeploy a lot quicker. I think like shield dancing is going to be a little easier, because if he gets it, or if he has it in an uncomfortable position for shield dancing in that moment, he can just retract it and then redeploy it in a better position a lot quicker than he could after his changes about 2 months ago, I believe, is where he was nerfed originally. It was a month or two ago. So the other changes were to Genji with the shurikens. So his shurikens, I actually have no idea which one that would be talking about. I think it's the spread one, but I have no idea. Because they didn't specify if it was primary or secondary, unless I just missed that. It didn't say anything. But the one thing I can show really well is his ult charge rate. It's not going up as fast. Now, if I was like hitting all these headshots, it would take me like, literally would take me a whole clip, and I'd have my ultimate up already. Because he actually charges his ultimate really fast, regardless. So yeah. Not too much of a difference, not anything like drastic that will like break him, but it is enough that it'll be noticeable. So the next change though is one that I'm not so happy about. It's the one that's to Mei. She can heal better while she's in ice block. Whoever greenlit this decision, I don't like you. You're making my time worse. At least you didn't buff Bastion. You have no idea when my frames are low. They're never low. For some reason they're right now. I don't know why I'm attacking them. So, if I take damage here, I'm going to try to take enough damage that I can actually show it properly. Okay, so originally it would have been about 37.5 per second, I believe. Now it's total 50 per second. I 100% do not like that change. I really don't. But yeah, next character is Reaper. His change just give him a little more damage repellent. Of course, Reaper's still just gonna be powerful as is. But I mean, this is a good change because they did kind of screw him over just a little bit. I mean, they did make him more effective at range, but then they made his damage worse overall. So they definitely didn't do the intended change. But I think the walk back on the damage, even if it's ever so slight, is good. And then last was, did they say Pharah? I skipped Pharah actually. Her hover jets refuel quicker. Yeah, it seems they do refuel quicker. The way they worded it sounded like they were trying to make it a nerf. But this is 100% not a nerf. So I'm really not so sure what, if I misunderstood something or what there. But yeah, overall these aren't huge changes. They're PTR worthy changes. I would like to see more like game mode experience, or changing the team size to 5, or beta testing reworks on the experimental tab, not balance changes. But I guess it gives people that don't have access to the PTR more options. But I mean, I really wish the experimental card was doing more, because experimental cards should be experimental stuff, not stuff that's most likely going to come to live. It should be stuff that there is like not even a 50-50 chance of it coming to live. But oh well. I can only dream. But what do you guys think? Do you think the specifically like the Sigma change, do you think that's going to help his situation? With the Mei change, do you think it's going to make her even harder to kill? Because she's already quite difficult to kill, because she has quite a bit of health for the size of her hitbox. Like, her hitbox is overall smaller than Reaper's, but she has the same amount of health as Reaper. I think her hitbox is smaller than McCree, and she has more health than McCree. She just has way too much health, and I don't like it. I think she's a little too hard to kill, and I think that this isn't gonna help. I don't know. The whole reason she wasn't able to be healed, the reason they did that is because she was hard to kill because she could just have healing pumped into her while she was in ice block. Like, she could get down to 1 health and pop the ice block and be brought back to full before she gets out. That was why they removed it, and now they're just mitigating the whole process. So what do you guys think? Feel free to tell me your opinion in the comment section down below. As always, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Follow my socials. Keep it channel, go Discord, join the conversation, Patreon if you feel like supporting me. This is Matt, the Emerald Avenger. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Peace out.